Goedenavond, Nesselsin. Morning troopers. It's Saturday the 5th of July, about 6, 7 o'clock. And it's the Saturday after the Monday when Perky came over to have a look at the bottom drain, check my bottom. We've raised the filter, the easy pod. What else did we do? Check the slide valve. And jet wash the pond out, give the pond a clean. So you've probably seen his videos because he's got loads of subscribers, and unless I've ended up on the cutting room floor, dogs are having a mad. So yeah, we had a good day. I thought we weren't going to get everything done, to be honest, but we sort of got there in the end, and we had to make a few adjustments. But to be fair, overall, the water, without overcooking the eggs or sort of with whatever it is, counting the eggs before they've hatched or whatever, water quality or clarity this week, considering I've also done a treatment, but I'll come to that. The water clarity this morning, Perky, it's brilliant. Whether it's raising the pod, the easy pod, or changing that pipe round, but so far it's made a world of difference. Anyway, so as you would have seen in Perky's video, problem with the bottom drain was where the 4-inch pipe is sunk into the ground for the bottom drain. The water's compressed that down, so the actual sort of bottom flange of the bottom drain is proud of the floor of the pond, if you like, and there's a bit of uneasiness. So the one side of there's one side of the bottom drain that's correct, but then the other side where the pipe comes out is given a bigger gap. So what we did was, if if anybody hasn't seen Perky's video, if he puts the video out, I'll see if I can put a link in. We've cut some flexi pipe, put it round so it looks a bit like a bumper car bumper, and we've just I've got a piece of flat rounded slate that we've just put by there as well, so the fish won't go in. Great, seems to be working. The one Kahaku seems to have a lot of mucus on, so again, I think if it's in the video, Steve's video, got him out, scraped him, had a look under the microscope. Steve thinks it was costia, but we just couldn't see nothing, couldn't find nothing, but Steve thinks it's costia. So on the Tuesday, I gave it a formaldehyde malachite green treatment, and I think we've got one again. I'm going to do another one on Tuesday coming. There was a little bit of flicking on Monday night, sort of thing. Tuesday morning, a little bit of flicking, but I was just putting that down to a bit of stress maybe, or as the stress brought something out. The Kahaku was sulking at the bottom of the pond, but like I say, we couldn't find nothing wrong with him. So put a treatment in. I'd say he's perked up a bit, to be honest. He has perked up. Slime coat's deteriorated a little bit as well, in a sense, gone calmed down a bit. But I'm going to put a second treatment in. I think. Anything else I've noticed? The pulling through into the biofilter. There seems to be less detritus and debris being pulled through into there. But so what I'm doing now is I'm just doing a boil on that. I'll refill it. I'll see how it goes. But I think if it's going to be used as a moving bed, that the water needs to be filtered more previously prior to the water getting in there, so it needs some more sort of filtration. And I think, like I said in my last video, I think the best way of doing that would be something like a Tempest, but I can't justify the price of the Tempest in a sense. I'll keep my eye out, and see if I can pick one up second hand or something. But if anybody knows of one or got one relatively close to Tamworth, then give me a shout. So what I'll do is I'll flip you around and show you where we are with the pond. But that I always said my water was about sort of 80–90%. That's got to be about 95. I mean, I know it was a decent water change. I'd say it was a little bit on Tuesday before I put the treatment in. It was a little bit not milky, not cloudy, but there is a bit of a haze in the water. But that's just gone now. We gave the pod a good boil on Monday night when the water level was back up, and it needed a boil. Was it Thursday? Yeah, Thursday night it needed a boil, and I think I boiled it Friday morning when I got up, just before I went to work. I put a boil on, but yeah, I'm happy with that. Carca's down there. I think he's a little bit sulky, but you know. So, and I tell you what, Steve was envious of. He was envious of my big black cock. That coffee. It's actually a coffee filter, but it's big, it's black, and it's bigger than Steve's. So that's my dechlorinator filter, which is actually off a commercial coffee machine in the likes of Costas or whatever. So there's the eazy pod, and we were debating should we come up a 1 slab or 2 slab. We came up a slab, and Steve, if you're watching, mate, if we both look at it and we're a little bit picky, I say we've overcooked it a tad. So when the pod needs to be boiled, the water should come up and overflow back into itself. The level it's running at the moment with the pond, there ain't much chance of that. But mate, I'm splitting hairs. If that's where it needs to be, and that's the clarity of the water I'm getting now, I'm happy with that, mate. So I've got to say to Steve, thanks, mate. Appreciate it. Good day. I felt like your mini me, doing the jobs, but it was a good crack. Enjoyed it. I think that's about it. I've had one or two. I think I've had another subscriber or two. So yeah, I've had another subscriber or two. I'll see if I can find their names. It won't tell me on the phone. So when I get back into work on Monday, I'll have a look, and if I can pull the names out, and then I will in my next video, I'll say a big shout out. But whoever subscribed in the last few days, a big thank you. Welcome to the channel. Appreciate it a lot. Please like and subscribe. But more important, really appreciate comments. So please comment. Don't have to be, you ain't got to be blowing smoke up my arse, but just a hi and some thoughts and ideas on what I'm doing. and obviously advice and guidance, because when it comes to it, I don't know jack. So yeah, cheers guys, take it easy, have a good one. I'll tell you what I will show you, what I am impressed with. Sorry, I'll tell you what I am impressed with. Our hose, retractable hose, um, gave up the ghost, and it was one we had from Aldi, and I've had it donkey's years. Um, it started to give up the ghost. It worked quite long enough. I think it was about 15 or 20 metre one. So what I did was I bought a Vevor. Now that is, I think it's just over 100 foot. I think it's a 30 metre one. It's only about 90 quid from Amazon. Uh, comes with the gun, which is a different design. The rinse is a good jet. It's got a shower. It's got misting, which we can use the misting for the birds. It is literally like a fine mist, and the birds like a misting. But I'm well impressed with that. Really impressed. Nice, quiet on the pull out, on the retraction. So if you're in the market for a new retractable hose, I'd definitely give that a go. Well impressed. There's Bodger and Scarfer. So yeah. So on that note, guys, I will bid you a good day. Cheers. Take care.